Previously on our LS build, we got our HP tuners figured out and got it ready to bring the engine to the dyno. So this episode, now we're comfortable with the tune that we have to get it running and start tuning it while it's in the car. So a couple more mods to have been done. This is a fitting for the power steering, and it normally came out to about here and then had like a 90 and went in. I got my buddies there at Fluid Line to take that fitting off and put a banjo fitting on, and now it won't hit the frame anymore, so that was pretty sweet. I thought we were buddies until he told me the price, after he crimped it of course, and this fitting is $108. So that sucks, but anyway, we'll be able to mount this pump now and the AC compressor, and just a few more things off the line there. Fuel filter here. This is the main feed, comes in the side here, and then your return. This is your regulator, so this is off a Corvette. It's 55 PSI, I believe. About 55 ends up in the rail, which we put over there, and then the rest of it goes back to return, which actually goes through the AC for some reason. It cools the fuel coming back, which is weird. I'm pretty sure this is the supply here. We might have to eliminate that because I think it does come pretty close to the exhaust. So yeah, we'll mount the pump, do that, fuel figured out, a few other small things yet, and yeah, still waiting on the exhaust, which is not done yet. But otherwise I gotta do it myself. Here we go. So this is the tabs we cut off of the flywheel on the Mercedes. We welded it on the flywheel, and then I just tapped and installed it, tapped a hole in here, Loctited it in. This is the Mercedes sensor, and then I set it to about there's an 8 thou feeler gauge, just so I can squeeze that in between. And for all of them, did a pretty good job setting those tabs, so we'll see if that will trigger the RPM gauge. So once that's all buttoned up, then I can pop it on the actual LS and one step closer. So don't laugh, but we're running out of space for sensors. So since we're replacing the frost plugs anyway, look how nice and clean that is in there. We put the Mercedes sensors just through the the frost plug. So one turns on the fans and one runs the gauges, but one there and one there. Look at that. It's like it was meant to be. So Loctite goes in, Loctited the sensors in with a brass washer.
The Vortec doesn't like being pounded by Mercedes sensors. It's bleeding. Ugh.
So don't know why, but we got fuel leaking here now. So from that weld. So now that I've sanded everything and painted it, so I have a really nice shine on it, I get to ruin all that because of a leak. Fantastic. That's why projects take so long. So basically this is the new how to attach GM Driveshaft to Mercedes. So GVL Machining did a nice job on that. Everything's all balanced and centered, and I think the weight was on there from the pickup truck, so I think that's why he did the weight so big. Yeah, see how that works. Here we go. Okay, so we have a lot more to do yet, and every time we think that we're close, so much to do yet. I welded in this, or I tapped in the sensor for the RPM, and then it was one of those things, like I got lots of room on this side that hits the steering, so I got to get another bell housing for Tuesday. We got all our wiring run, which literally took another like 3-4 days to run everything neat and tidy. We've got our sensors in from the Mercedes, but no RPM sensor. We got oil pressure sensors in. I think it's working, I'm not sure. It was reading 3, now it's 0. So we'll just crank it over first and see if we got oil pressure, then we'll turn the fuel pumps on, and then we'll go. We got some more issues though, because it won't start with a key, so I don't know whether that's anti-theft or...
Maybe anti-theft, yeah.
So we got to figure that out. This pump that we're not sure what it does is running constantly, and the fans kick on as soon as we turn the key on, which isn't the end of the world, but I don't think it's right. So what we'll do is crank it over, see if we got oil pressure, Then the fuel pump also, I don't know if you guys know of any of this because we don't know the Mercedes, we don't have a book on it. But the fuel pump kicks on, primes it, we've got 50 pounds because we're going through return, but then it shuts off and won't turn on again. So I don't know whether the RPM sensor tells it to keep going or what, but we'll hotwire the pump just to hear it run. The rad isn't in yet because we're getting a bottom mount made for it yet. And the alternator bracket still needs to be put on, but I want to hear it run.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hotwire it. I think if I jump these two terminals here, I can get the crank. So if you turn the key on, you tell me if it's got oil pressure. Nothing?
Just right there.
Good. No, that's all I want.
Yeah, so we'll plug the pump in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
My map sensors are plugged in. All right, I think we got the map. The map is plugged in. We got a map in there. We got a couple of the vent lines plugged. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it's towards the end of the day. It's hot. I want a beer. It's alive!
Call that a win.
I call that a win.
I figured that the mass airflow was messing with it.
Yeah, especially because that's not anything going through it. It doesn't see anything coming in, right?
Exactly.
Because it's not connected at all.
So it was like
stupid.
Yeah. It was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's no air.
So there is water in it. There's just no rad in it. So the engine's plenty cool. It doesn't move much, and it doesn't look like anything's hitting either. So, if anything, this power steering would hit, but I didn't see it. So, oil pressure came up.
Yeah, oil pressure was great. Actually, like it was just below 3.
Okay,
So that's
and
great.
then
Was that a bar? Probably 3 bar.
yeah, I don't know what the Germans do.
Yeah.
I know nothing about German cars, and I'll probably never work on a German car again after this. Let's fire it out one more time. I want to hear it run one more time. Alright. It's 4:30, but we're gonna duck out early. Have a beer. There we go.
It's Friday, right?
No, it's Thursday. Still got all of tomorrow.
Ah, perfect.
But it's running and it's alive.
That's right.
But this is the biggest job that I've ever done. And learning a lot. Learning that it just takes a lot of time. All the finicky stuff, every time that Neil comes in or the owner comes in, we're almost there, and I'm kind of saying that because I want it to be true, but it's not true because it's in there and it's running, and I'm going to start my list. So,
it's so easy to everybody, right? They just walk in, oh, look, it's almost done.
Yeah, it's in there. So, rad sports, mount the ABS, and bleed the brakes. We got our joint for the rear axle, so we're going to make a drive shaft. Make an overflow tank, air filter, gotta run washer lines, put the interior back in it. I gotta get the tach working, shifter cable, reverse lights, we need alignment. Oh yeah, the key's not working. Yeah, the fans are working all the time, and I don't think that that's entirely necessary. I'm just gonna leave the fans. I'm gonna put fans and then just cross it off.
Yeah.
You gotta put the lights back in it, fix the bumper. Oh yeah, we still gotta do the exhaust. Down that wastegate, it was just hitting the frame there. We gotta do about 48 hours of on-road tuning. I think that's about 2/3 of it, because I'm sure we'll find more when we get into it. But yeah, it's just a big process. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I think we're the first ones to actually get a running LS in a Mercedes.
I think so. That's a win.
So as long as the hood still closes and nothing funny was going on there.
These wipers never work. 20,000, no, 10,000 likes, 10,000 likes, and I'll get the wipers working on the lights.
Yeah. And I don't even know about cruise yet. We'll figure that out afterwards. But anyway. Stick around, we will be pushing hard on this for the next week or two just to button it up, and I want it moving under its own power. So we just got our machine piece back for the Driveshaft, so now I gotta wait for the Driveshaft shop to book us in. Even though I booked them like 6 months ago. I'm surprised it ran because that fuel is, what, almost a year old?
I was wondering, the fuel is pretty old too, right? Like just cycling it through. I mean, the fuel filter's probably never been changed either, right?
It's got a new fuel filter, right?
Oh, yeah, ours.
Yeah, and then, yeah, so anyway, cheers, stick around, we got lots more good videos coming. Here we go. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because you never know what you're going to see next week on DeBoss Garage. If you like what you see, there's a lot of stuff happening to help support the channel. And remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich.